What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. Just going to give people just a few minutes to sign in. I logged in a few minutes early, scheduled to start in just a couple minutes. I'm going to go share this to some of my other pages. Ask you to do the same when you get here. All right, sharing, giving you a few minutes to arrive. Looking forward to talking to you today. Got some good stuff to share with you. There we go. Sharing. Today we're going to have a good time. Looking forward to you coming. Just giving you a few minutes to jump on in. I know some people are looking for us and able to get on here. I want you to come join us, be with us today. We're going to talk for just a few minutes. We're going to share some wisdom with you today. So glad for all of you who've become a part of Wisdom Wednesdays with Razel Jones. Love our little community that we're building here, and appreciate that each of you is working to keep on sharing it, spreading the word. Hopefully get some midweek encouragement that helps you to get over the hump day and able to keep on moving to what is in store for you. So I'm just giving a minute for a few of you to be able to join in. Got about 3 minutes before we're going to start, but so glad that you all are tuning in today. If you hear my voice, that means you're supporting what we have going on, and I appreciate that very much. So share it if you can. I'm sharing it to a couple pages that I have. Yeah. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the share button. I see you. I see those likes. What's going on, Josh? Good to see you here on this beautiful Wednesday. Glad you're here with us. Appreciate your support as always. Just giving a couple more minutes, in about 2 minutes. Gonna go ahead and get started and share what we have to share. Come on in. I see a few more of you starting to stream on in here. Come on in. Tell me where you're at. Just type it in the comment box. Let me know where you're viewing from. Appreciate that. I see those shares. I see those likes. Yeah. Great to see you, Josh. Just giving you another minute. Let's see. We got about 1 more minute, and I'm going to jump in. Many of you probably saw some of the posts, the quotes that I put out there early this morning. So I got another download, and looking forward to sharing just a few minutes of wisdom. Grand Rapids in the house. Yeah, good to see you, GR. We'll be there soon. In the month of July, going to make a quick trip up there and do some training for a place I used to work, Calvin College. So looking forward to being there in July. Got about 1 more minute. If you're here, tell me where you're viewing from. Tell me if the audio's all right. It must be, because I see Josh, I see your responses. You must be hearing me. Share this Facebook Live so that we can impact as many people as we possibly can. I'm doing this every Wednesday because I just feel like that it's going to help somebody. And so that's the motive. There's not an ulterior motive. We want to help people to progress through life, to be all that they can be, to actualize their potential. And sometimes they just need a little boost, a little encouragement in the middle of the week to be able to help push through the stuff that you've been going through. And so a preacher I often admire, I have admired for a long time, I should say, Bishop Lockett often says, I'm doing the best I can with what I got. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to use whatever it is that we've been blessed to have, whatever knowledge, whatever wisdom, whatever God has allowed us to see, to be able to try to help somebody else. Good to see you, Danielle. We're just giving another minute or so. Well, maybe less than that. It's about time for me to get moving. We're going to talk to you today about crowd control. crowd control. And I want to ask you this question. Is the path that you're on going to get you to the destination that you're trying to reach? That's the question that I have for you today. That's going to be the premise for these few minutes that I'm going to talk to you. Is the path that you're on going to get you to the destination that you're trying to reach? And so there's a scripture in Matthew 7:13 that says, enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction. And those who enter by it are many. Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction. And those who enter by it are many, are many. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. There's three things that I want to share with you very quickly today. The first is focus on your mission rather than your popularity. Focus on your mission rather than your popularity. You can't fit in when you are called to stand out. And so many times we feel the pressure and the pain of not being understood, of not fitting in, of not being popular. And sometimes we begin to shift our actions to accommodate popularity rather than mission. I want to encourage you today to stay on mission. Keep on being who you're supposed to be. Keep on going where you know you're supposed to go. Some people will like it. Some people won't. You can't worry about that. Your goal has to be to accomplish the path, to accomplish the mission and the purpose that your life is laid out for. Most people are average. Think about that. That statement, it sounds very simple, but really think about that. Most people are average. That's where we actually get the definition of average from. It's what most people do. Most people are average, yet we are called to not be average. We're not called to be average. We are called to be amazing. We're called to do some things that seem impossible for us. And I believe I'm talking to some people today on this post who are being pulled to accomplish some above average feats. If that's you, just type in the comment box. I'm called to do something that's bigger than I am. I'm called to do something that's bigger than I am. Can you type that? Just let me know you're with me today. I'm called to do something bigger than me. And I believe today I'm talking to some trailblazers, to some trendsetters, to some innovators. And those, I believe I'm talking to those who are called to steer the crowd rather than to be the crowd that's being steered. If that resonates with you, if you could just type 1 in the comment box and let me know that you're with me today. If you feel that you are called to steer the crowd rather than to be the crowd that's being steered, I will just type 1 in that box. I want to hear from you today. I want to know that I'm talking to the right people. I see you, Carl. Blazing new trails is not designed to be comfortable. I got to say that again. It's so important. Blazing new trails is not designed to be comfortable. And a lot of times we're so focused and concerned about being comfortable. And the moment something feels uncomfortable, we want to just kind of stop and we want to find another alternative way. That's not really the way that this thing works. So the second thing that I want to share with you is in order to attain amazing results and to reach high goals, you must be willing to sacrifice your comfort while progressing to your destination. You got to be willing to sacrifice your comfort in order to keep on moving to your destination. And I want to be realistic with you. Trailblazing is lonely. It's a lonely path to take. It's a lonely assignment. When you're a trailblazer, you're often misunderstood. You're doing something in a way that it's not typically done. That alone is going to lead to some frustration. It's going to lead to people being confused about why you do things the way you do. Why do you think you have a better way? Why do you think that the way that we all do it is wrong? Trailblazing is lonely. It's uncomfortable. If that resonates with you, if you could just type in the comment box. I see you all typing back to me and it's getting me excited. That's why I feel like this. Type that. That's why I feel like this. That's why I'm uncomfortable. That's why I'm lonely. The reason I feel like this is because I'm blazing a new trail. It's uncomfortable. Now, some of you know this about me and some of you don't. I am from the country. And so I spent some time walking through some fields and walking in the woods at times growing up. And there are times when you're walking in a field or walking in the woods where the vegetation has grown and it looks like there's no way that you can get through what you're going through. And if you want to get through it, you have to begin to cut some stuff down. You got to break some branches off the trees. You got to begin to remove vegetation that's standing in your way. You have to begin to build a path so that the resistance doesn't stop you from getting to your destination. See, you all didn't know I was country like that. I'm a little bit country. In those cases, you have to not only keep moving forward and keep walking forward, but you have to move the obstacles out of the path so that you can get through. Oh man, I'm talking to somebody today and you've been dealing with obstacles in the way of your path and you're trying to move forward, but this stuff is hindering you. And so you're doubly tired because not only are you making progress moving forward, but you're also removing obstacles that are in your path. Now understand this, the next person who your first follower, the family, the friends, the people you mentor, they are not going to have to do as much work as you because you're removing the resistance for them. I need you to understand that as a trailblazer, it's lonely, but it's necessary. It's uncomfortable, but it's creating a way for someone else not to have to do everything that you've already had to do. And some of you are feeling so much opposition because you are paving the way for someone else. Discomfort comes with the territory of innovation. Discomfort comes with the territory of innovation. Following the crowd never gets you to a unique place. If you go where everyone else is going, you will land where everyone else is landing. Following the crowd never gets you to a unique place. So the third and the last thing that I want to tell you is while it sometimes seems like it would be easier to just follow the crowd and walk in the trails that others have blazed, it's likely that the crowd is not going where you're trying to go. It's human nature to attempt to take the easy way out. Thoughts will come to your mind like, why am I the only one that seems to be trying to do this the right way? I know some of you have some thoughts like that sometimes. Am I putting all this effort in unnecessarily? Does it even matter that I'm trying to do this the way I'm trying to do it? And then the thoughts will enter your mind. There's so many people who aren't sacrificing like I do, but they seem to be doing just fine. That's a trick. That's a tactic that gets in the mind, and it's a mind game that's played with you. And what it does is it stops you from being motivated to push to your purpose. The old peer pressure statement that everyone always talks about is everyone is doing it. Everybody is doing it. That statement begins to enter into your mind. And I need you to understand the fact that everybody is doing it should be a warning to you to choose an alternative path. If you see everybody doing something, that does not necessarily mean it's right. And as a matter of fact, it means that they're all going to land at the same outcome. You have to be able to say, I'm not going to go the path that everyone else is going. I'm going to travel the path less traveled. You do not want to do what everyone else is doing because you do not want to go where everyone else is going. You're not a follower. You're a finder. Somebody typed that. That's good. It felt good to me when I said it. You're not a follower. You're a finder. You're not a prisoner. You're a pioneer. And this last one, you're not a clone. You are a creator. You're not a clone. You're a creator. The crowd isn't going where you're trying to go. So if you follow them, you won't ever arrive at the outcome that you're hoping for. You're a creator, not a clone. If we would stop judging ourselves based on everyone else, we could focus on becoming who we are supposed to be. In conclusion, work on being the best possible version of you that you can be. Don't judge yourself based on everyone else's performance. And the reason I say that is because that bar is too low. If your goal and your aim is just to be as good as everybody else around you, you set the bar too low. Don't work to be the best around. That's a dimension of environment and geography. Instead, work to be the best ever. That's a dimension of time. Measure yourself according to how God sees you. Now, that's hard for us. That's hard for many of us because we know that God sees us as the lender and not the borrower, as the head and not the tail, as above only and not beneath, as more than a conqueror, as an overcomer, as, oh God, as an heir of salvation, as royalty, as a royal priesthood, a holy nation. God sees us from a perspective that we don't often see ourselves from. You are greater than you see yourself. You are greater than your mirror. But I need you to understand not to measure yourself according to how you see others, not even to measure yourself according to how others see you, but to work to be who he says you are. So in conclusion, there's three things I shared with you today. Focus on your mission rather than your popularity. In order to attain amazing results and reach high goals, you must be willing to sacrifice your comfort while progressing to your destination. And the third, while it sometimes seems like it would be easier to just follow the crowd and walk in the trails that others have blazed, it's likely that the crowd is not going where you're trying to go. Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. Manage the noise of the crowd. Don't let the pressure of comparison, of popularity, even of self-perception lead you down a path that doesn't match your purpose. Don't settle for average. Average isn't good enough for you. Be the exception. Be the trailblazer. Be the trendsetter. Be the innovator. Strive to be the best possible version of yourself. Thank you for viewing Wisdom Wednesday. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, if this encouraged you, share it on your page. Send it to someone who may need this challenge. And go like my page, Wisdom Wednesdays with Razel Jones. Thank you for your support. We're building a community here, and I hope it's helpful. I hope it's encouraging to you. If this will be encouraging to someone else that you know, share it directly to them. You can send it to them in Messenger. Share it on your page so that everybody who follows you can be encouraged, can be challenged. I see some ouches in the comment box. I love that. I want to inspire you to think, to grow, to be all that you are called to be. All right. You're not called to fit in. You're called to stand out. So go ahead, stand out, be who you're supposed to be, and be a blessing to those around you and accomplish the purpose and the plan that God has for your life. Thanks again for joining Wisdom Wednesday.